Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and it saddens me to have to report on this because my dad used to love this fucking song, right? What song I'm talking about? The It Takes Two by Rob Bass and Easy Rock. He died from, I don't know what the fuck it was, a battle with cancer a few days after his birthday. He turned 60, which is relatively young in the grand scheme of things. And I'm gonna say a few things on this episode that niggas ain't gonna like or maybe take as disrespect, but it's not. It's actually admiration and shit like that. But you know, I gotta make fun of niggas, right? Because this is a cynical podcast. That track, It Takes Two, my dad loved that goddamn song. To be honest, there's several things I'm gonna say about that song. One, it sounded like white people was just giving niggas record deals that was they just, if a nigga looked like he could rap, had a jumpsuit on, some shell toes, yeah, come on in here, right? Because if you listen to that song, well, it was a fucking iconic song, right? And it was actually a smash hit, 1986, 3 years after I was born, right? The height of the crack cocaine era. Let's be realistic here. Even the sample on the fucking song sound like they was high off coke. That was a soundtrack that niggas having heart attacks after sniffing a line of Purto, right? Niggas was being found in a goddamn storm drain from getting shot 17 times in drug deals in 1986. So that was the theme soundtrack. Not only that, it was on a slew full of 80s movies. If you're about 40 and up, you've probably heard them. Lethal Weapons, the fucking Danny Glover action movies, a bunch of fucking movies I can't even name. Is they sampled the fuck out that song, right? I hope he got paid for that shit and he wasn't getting bamboozled like most niggas in the 80s and 90s did in record contracts. But the fact that he only did one record, we never heard about him being bankrupt and shit. He made good for himself. So he will be missed. It is fucking sad that the nigga died a few days after his birthday, but in the grand scheme of things, that's life, right? Now, I'm not going to say what I typically say. If you're 70, right, you living on borrowed time. He actually had more time, about 10 more years to be exact. But, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was, I don't know. It could have been heavy drinking, not taking care of yourself. And what money issues, because we never seen a GoFundMe. This nigga never was in the news for going bankrupt or being down and out with money. So clearly he got some type of publishing. They didn't jerk him too hard. And I've been meaning to do this, so we just gonna incorporate this in this episode. All the actors and entertainers we lost up until now. I may have missed a few niggas. Since Pulp Fiction star Peter Green died from accidental gunshot wound, we can already assess that was a drug deal going wrong, or somebody didn't like this nigga because they actually went back and updated it as a homicide. Then we got right here, it says Miss Shirley Raines, known to TikTok for helping the homeless in LA, passed away. I think it might have been breast cancer. God rest the dead. And then we got 2026, all the lineup of people that died. I think her name is Johanna Hara or Joan Hara from the Macaulay Culkin Home Alone movie. She died. She was 71, so it was closing time. What's his name? The Vanderbeek dude from Dawson's Creek. He died from pancreatic cancer, if I'm not mistaken. He was 48. That's relatively young, but when it's time to go, you got to go. And then Lamont, I didn't even know this happened until about a week ago. He died from Sanford and Son, but he was up there in age. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was 79. So it was about his time. T.C. Carter, I can't really name a lot of movies that he was in, even though I probably seen him. I do remember the Corner? I think it was The Corner. I think it was. Came on Fox. I like that damn show. He was 60, just like Rob Bass. Probably bad living. Once again, I never heard about this nigga being broke as fuck, so clearly it probably was some shit that was unavoidable. Probably had health care, but he died too. I think it was a brain tumor or some form of cancer. Nigga in the middle, I don't know who the fuck that is, and I think that looks like either a handsome woman or a man with feminine features. I don't know who the fuck that is, but he also died. If I miss their names and you recognize them, God bless the dead. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna combine it. But for the people that died, it was more people. Jesse Jackson, he died, and I forgot to do an episode about him, so he will be missed. Even though, in the words of D.L. Hughley, you ran in 1988 and 1984. And we counted 89 votes, nigga. Just chill out. This nigga was a cock blocker of Obama, which in hindsight he should have been. And he will be missed. And then right here it says Kiki Shepard, former Showtime at the Apollo co-host, passes away. Even in her 70s, she was a fine motherfucker. I don't even know how she held up. Titties look good. And then we got right here, we got Chris Carter, the nigga that be stroking. He died, I want to say last week or a couple weeks ago. No, it was last week. He died at the age of 79, 80 years old. That fucking song is a classic. He will be missed. Now I'm out. No.